Hi everyone. Hello. Good evening, everybody. Okay, hold on, hold on. Hi, hi. Let me just take your attendance very quickly, yeah. Guanzhen is here. Hi, Guanzhen. Hello. I think everybody I took already. Okay, nice to see all of you. Hi, Awita. Awita, you managed to catch up with all the videos or not? Awita, hold on, Anvita, are you coming this Sunday? Because right, Sunday and today's lesson will be the same like Anvita. This Sunday and today's lesson will be the same. Yeah, I tell you first. I mean, you can if you want to repeat lah, but it will be the same content, almost the same. Okay, so I'm not sure. Yeah. Anyway, just to let you know, okay, if you are coming on Sunday, right? I mean, Sunday's lesson and today's lesson is the same content. Okay, can? Oh, you're still overseas. Okay lah. That means then you can skip Sunday. Anyway, you are here today already. Okay. Hi. Finally, Chloe Lim. I see you, Chloe. Okay, hold on. Let me take my attendance first. Very fast, very fast. Hi, you're all come back from holiday already, right? Aiden, hello, hello. Kaden, hello. Chloe Lim, Chloe Tan, hello. Chloe, you went overseas, is it? I'm finally back. Okay, can. Cool, Amrita. Hi, Guanzhen, Jadine, hello, Jadine. Okay, wait. Everybody, y'all get ready your notes. Today we only have one last bit to run through. Jadine, you went overseas also, is it? Hi, Lucas, Mizzle, hello, Adele, hello, Zania, hello, Yuanle, hello. Nice, nice. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed yourself, yeah. Okay, hi, Rainian. Hi, Zoe. Okay, Yuanle, hello. Xenia, hello. Okay, I know many of you are still overseas. Hi, Rainian. Okay, the rest not here. Elliot also not here. Bridget, I know Bridget says she is overseas. Okay. Ashira, I'm not sure. Is it overseas or not? See, Ethan here. Ethan. Not here, huh? Okay, today, right? In fact, this is for Zoe. Zoe, I just to let you know here today, right, that we are actually doing infectious diseases right now. Okay, so everybody, just a very quick look up at because today, in fact, is the last lesson I will see you for the year because next week is new Christmas, right? You all won't want to see me on Christmas. Anyway, I'm overseas also. Okay. And then the following week is 1st of January, which is New Year. You all also don't want to see me on New Year. Okay. So today is the last lesson for the year. Okay. And then I will see you back in class on the 8th of January. Okay, can people? Y'all remember, huh? Remember, huh? Today is the last lesson for the year. I will see you back 8th of January. Everything goes back, resume back to normal, okay? So, just a quick one. This is for Zoe here and also everybody else lah. Y'all take a screenshot and y'all see where are we at right now, okay? Right? So this is the curriculum, the syllabus, right? So at this point, we have finished November, December. You notice we finished 2 topics, eye nervous system, actually 3 topics are eye nervous system and the whole of infectious diseases. Okay, so we are finishing up infectious diseases now. When school reopens, I will dive into plants very quickly, and then I will move on to energy, not energy, what is this? Organisms, okay? And then I will start on DNA and everything else, okay? So you notice that by end June, we will finish our syllabus already. Okay, it's a whole lot of content, right, for the coming year. So, and everyone, can y'all take a screenshot of these first, please? Okay, at least know what we are covering in what order. Okay, if your school is doing whatever in whatever order, don't worry about it lah. I will still go through. I will still run through them in class. Okay, but maybe in a different timeline. But if you are doing that in school and you are facing a huge chunk of problem, right? Just let me know. Okay, I will find ways to help you, or maybe I can swap things around. Let me know. Okay, but other than that, right, we will most likely finish everything by end May, June, okay, or mid of June. And then we will start revision for O levels from the very beginning again, okay, for your O levels. Yeah? Okay, everybody. So if you want, take a screenshot of your curriculum, okay, that things that I'll be running through for the coming year. Okay, so you all notice that your holiday is nearing an end. Very fast, right, people? Maisel, are you excited for school, Maisel? Are you excited for school? School reopening already. Okay, last how many more weeks? Last about 2 more weeks of school, 2 more weeks of holiday, and then you're all off to do your Sec 4. Yeah. Okay, so anyway, just to let you all know, right? No, Amrita, no. Oh, hi Maisel, you're back. Amrita, no, why? Hey people, okay, I don't want to say this. I don't want to say, oh, your Zoom crash. Okay, okay, Maisel, I just wanted to ask you, you excited for school or not? But anyway, right, people, okay, look at it from a different perspective, right? Look at it from a very fresh of the moment I asked it crashed. So it is hinting something, right, Maisel? The moment I asked it crashed. Yeah, so it's trying to say that it's terrible, right? Okay, I know. Okay, but anyway, right, people, okay, look at it from a different perspective, okay? Look at it from this perspective that it's actually your last year, your very last year of formal education, okay, of education that you are so-called being forced to study things you may or may not like, okay, right? But also look at it, right, as a year, okay, where you are, or where you are sort of given a chance to choose your course or your education for the next how many years? For the next 6 years, 6 years, maybe 6 years, right? 6 years of education. This next year, right, 2025 is your year where you get a chance to choose what you are going to study for the next 6 years. So the thing here is just do it well. Okay, and next year, on a very good note, make sure that you secure yourself the course of your choice. Okay, right? Don't end it on a bad note. Wait until last minute study, right? End it on a terrible note, and then you are left with again whatever leftover courses that nobody wants, right? You have no choice but to take it up. Okay, so don't, yeah, people. Okay, so do it well, right? And right, move on with your life. Okay, can people? So yeah, it's just a different perspective of looking at it. Don't look at it as, oh, I need to go back to school and so on, right? But look at it like, oh, this is your last year where you just need to study as hard as possible, right? So that you can yourself, okay, be able to have a choice in your education for the next 6 years. Okay, 6 years of education, huh? I mean, tertiary, your poly or JC and uni, right, is about 6 years, 5 to 6 years. Okay, can people? All right. So anyway, today, right, I'm going to finish up infectious diseases. Okay, I'm going to do a quick revision for Zoe, for a few of you, Jadine as well, right? A few of you who weren't here for the past few lessons. Okay, I'm going to do some quick revision. Okay, and then later on, we go and work on the questions, can? Okay, later on, we will work on the MCQ and the OEQ. If we cannot finish today's MCQ and OEQ, don't worry about it. Okay, I will finish it up the next lesson. I see you in January before I move on to the next topic. Okay, I will still finish the worksheet. Get it? Get it? Get it, everyone? Clear, huh? Okay, huh, everybody? Okay, come, let's start. You all have the materials or not? Okay, never mind. Let me send it across. Where's my hi? Where's my stuff here? Hey, anyone here, right? Besides Maisel, Maisel, I know what you want to do already. But anyone here kind of found out, what you would like to study after your O levels? I know some of you shared with me before. The rest, leh? The rest, leh? You all have any idea, like the course that you want to get into? Any idea? Oh, Biomed SP. Nice, nice, nice. Why not MP? I was from Biomed MP. Oh yeah. Oh, vet course. Nice. Last time my time no vet course eh. I mean, not that I will want to do it also lah, but it is a very interesting course. For those who want to do all these very interesting courses, please you have to do your O levels well, okay? Because very competitive. No, continue bio in JC, very nice. Yeah. Continue that, Rita. Yeah, Aiden, why don't want NP? NP Biomed also very fun one eh. Bias, okay lah. But I do agree SP Biomed is quite good as well. Oh, psychology is it? Is it, Chloe Lim? Nice. Also, yeah, all your courses you all share with me are all very competitive one. Yeah, biomed lah, vet lah, psychology, forensic science. Is there forensic science? What else? What else? All these very, very, very competitive one. Okay, Aiden. Okay, I'm not being biased or what Okay, but Aiden, you try SP or NP first. These two schools are known for their biomedical course. Oh really? I don't know. Maisel, really? I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Maybe I am actually not very sure if Singapore has that course. I mean, it may have changed already over the many years. Yeah. Yeah, but anyway, all these courses very, very popular. Um, okay, so anyway, right, people think about where you want to head to. So Aiden, it doesn't matter, right? Aiden, it doesn't matter. You tell me, say that, yeah, your results cannot make it, right? But I mean, just continue to work hard, continue to push yourself, okay? You never know, right? After O levels, maybe towards O levels, you get better and better, and yeah, just work towards it. Don't give up yet, okay, people, right? So can, Chloe Lim, I send you. Right, people, I just want to remind all of you at this point, please don't determine your future, not future, but please don't determine your grades, okay? How well or how badly you will do, right? Based on your Sec 3 grades, okay? Your Sec 3 grades is not a clear reflection of what you will achieve at O levels. Okay, so it's not a clear reflection because Sec 3 and even your prelims, right? It's not the best ideal clear reflection of how you will do, people, right? It will change. Okay, so I'm not here to also tell you all that well, don't care about school exam and all. No, yeah. School exams tend to be a lot tougher than the actual O level papers. Okay, but at the same time, okay, it also gives you a very good practice, right? And also gives you a very good yeah, basically it's very good form of practice and platform, right? To help you drill yourself, okay, and learn deeper, okay, and just get better at it. All right. But ultimately, when you go and do your O levels, you will realize that actually the paper still okay one. Okay, so don't get too devastated, right? And I need to tell you all this. When you go and do your prelims, I will just tell you that your prelims and your mid years and your prelims will be very difficult. Okay, your grades will not be ideal. Yeah, it will be like that. Okay, in Sec 4. But the only thing you all can do is just learn from your mistake and get better. That's all. Okay, but ultimately, when it comes to O levels, go and take a look at your 10-year series. You can tell that actually O-level questions are very manageable. Okay, can, but don't take it for granted as well. Okay, you still have to continue to drill, you know, your practice questions, right? Keep doing and doing and doing. You all will get there. Okay, can, huh? All right. So it's not going to be easy, right? But neither is it that difficult that you know you will fail it. I mean, the only time you will fail it is really you don't do anything about it lah. Okay, that is the only time you will fail the subject. Okay, but other than that, right, as long as you keep trying, keep practicing, right, keep getting better, right, even if you know school results don't reflect as much, right, but just keep going through it, right, you will for sure do fine for O levels. Okay. Can, huh? So everyone, right, just always remind yourself that, okay, that your school's exams, okay, mid-years and prelims is not a very nice, it's not a clear indication of how well or badly you'll do for O levels. Rather, okay, it just gives you yeah, it just teaches you a lesson to just, you know, continue to push yourself and do and practice. Okay? Can, huh? Right. So anyway, right, everybody, you all have the notes and the worksheet. I just dropped it in the chat. If you don't have, go and download it from the chat. Chloe Lim, I sent you the December drive already. Okay. Now, everyone, right, work towards your goal. Okay. Can make it one. Okay. And get into the course that you like. Okay. The only thing here is once you work hard enough, get into a course that you enjoy, the next 6 years of your education will be a breeze. Yeah, really, it will be a breeze, okay? Because if you are doing something you enjoy, it will be very easy to go through education. All right. Now, next time then I share more. I want to finish this today first. Okay. So anyway, come, everyone, infectious diseases. Zoe, you have, right? Everything, right? The notes and the worksheet, because I'm doing worksheet today. Anwita, you have also, huh? Jadine, you have, Jadine? Jadine, I didn't see you for a couple of lessons, but you have it? The rest I think have it, huh? Okay, cool. Now we do a quick review of whatever we've covered for the sake of Jadine, Zoe, and whoever who missed the past few lessons. Okay, can, right? So anyway, all these are the things that we need to cover in your syllabus. Okay, those that haven't copied, can you don't copy? Don't waste your time copying. Just listen and take screenshot. After class, you go and copy yourself. Okay, just take screenshot. After class, you go and transfer the answer. Can? Okay, we've gone through all these already. So don't copy, just take screenshot now. All right, so everyone, we went through infectious, non-infectious diseases. Infectious means can spread easily. Non-infectious means cannot spread. So you all know lah, right? Non-infectious will be things like diabetes. Cannot spread one, right? From one person to another cannot, right? It is like, you know, your lifestyle choice, genetics, right? So these are non-infectious. Infectious means like what? COVID-19, right? COVID-19 is something that can spread from one person to another. Okay, so take note, take a screenshot, next page. I don't know. Is it over there? Right? So infectious diseases, how are they spread? This one you all know lah. You all been through COVID-19 before. You all should know already. Right? Like droplets in the air, right? Direct contact as well. Bodily fluids, right? Blood, all these can spread certain infectious diseases. Okay, contaminated food, water, right? Can spread infectious diseases as well. Okay, now the important thing here is we all need to be sure the differences between bacteria and viruses, because bacteria and viruses are known to be pathogens. Pathogens are what? Microorganisms, right? Like bacteria and viruses. Pathogens, they are pathogens, okay? So what do we say about bacteria? Maybe I test you already. Come, now, Aiden, you still remember when we talk about my bacteria, did I say bacteria is a living or a non-living cell? The rest of Zoe and Jadine, you take screenshot, okay? The rest will never take screenshot. Yeah, bacteria is a living cell. Okay, right? So Rainier, what? Yes, what? Very nice, Aiden. Right. So bacteria is a living cell. Why? You can see that. Yes, thank you very much, Rainier. Right. You can see that they have all the structures like a living cell. Right. Cell wall, cell membrane. Right. A flagella to move. Right. Ribosomes to make proteins. DNA. Everything like a living cell. So bacteria is a living cell. Okay. Right. However, as we compare with virus, okay, last week I said this virus is like a bag, just having DNA inside a bag. Okay, it is non-living. Okay, why is it non-living? Because it does not have everything a bacteria has. It cannot reproduce on its own. It cannot grow. It cannot feed. It cannot move. Right. And most importantly, it cannot reproduce on its own. Right? It does not have cell membrane. It does not have cell wall. It does not have ribosomes. You notice? It only has what? Envelope, protein envelope that carries the DNA inside it. That's all. You see that? So virus is it is somewhat considered as a non-living thing. Okay, so the key here is please know the differences between bacteria and viruses, because this is what we are going to use to compare, this is what we are going to use to understand the idea behind antibiotics, okay, later on, yeah? Okay, so Rainian, yeah, exactly, right? So Rainian, back to your idea of your white blood cell, right? It is still a pathogen. Virus is still, okay, Rainian asked a question. If it's a non-living thing, how can we still kill it? We will kill it because it's still considered as a foreign particle. It's still considered as a foreign object. And once a foreign object enter our body, Rainian, what is the first cell that will detect it and try to kill it? What is the cell in the body that will try to kill it? If something foreign enters into our body, be it living or non-living, the white blood cell, you see? So you answer your own question already. Because even if it's living or non-living, it doesn't matter, but it is still considered as foreign. Foreign object enters the body, it will still be killed. You see, what happened here, people? Rainian, what is that? Is that Rainian? Rainian. Okay, anyway, right, everyone. So in the event of like a transplant, okay, in the event of like a transplant, like organ transplant, it's also the same thing. What? You put a foreign object into the body, a foreign organ into the body. Actually, our white blood cells are activated to try to kill it because it's foreign. The body does not recognize it as its own. Yeah, so that is where we talk about organ tissue rejection. You see, so does it really matter whether it must be a bacteria or a virus or organ or tissue? It really doesn't matter. As long as something foreign that enters the body, our body will be alerted that this is something foreign. We will try to kill it. That's all, okay? So don't think too much into it. Yeah? All right? So anyway, that's the difference between virus and bacteria. Okay, now, and then we talk about, take a screenshot, yeah? Take a screenshot, for those who haven't written this down. So we talk about a few ways to prevent infectious diseases from being spread, right? Example, vaccination and antibiotics. And last week, we spent so much time on antibiotics and vaccination. Let me test you all now. When we talk about vaccination, everybody over here, okay, the rest of you who went through my class here don't need to see, okay? Right? Only Jadine and thank you very much, Rainian. You know what I'm going to ask next. Okay, Jadine and Zoe and everyone who didn't copy down last week, go and take a screenshot first. Let me go down the class. All right, now Kayden, do you still remember when we talk about vaccination? Vaccination, right? Okay, this one Rainian already said. Vaccination is a preventive measure. Okay, so now, Kayden, I ask you a question. When we when we inject vaccine into the body, you all do COVID-19 vaccination, right? When we inject vaccine in the body, what are we actually injecting? Are we injecting a drug into the body? Or what are we injecting? Very nice. So Kaden said, right, we are actually injecting the virus into the body. Yes. Okay, so vaccination is introducing the pathogen before you actually get the infection. Okay, yeah. So Hayden said, I inject the weaker version of the virus. Yeah. Or the dead version of the virus. Yeah, can also. Or parts of the virus also can. Okay, so basically, that is vaccination. You are introducing the virus, the dead virus or bacteria into the body so that, right, okay, oh, Chloe Lim also haven't, Chloe Lim, you do a screenshot also, okay? Right, I ask Chloe Tan first. So that Chloe Tan, when I introduce this dead virus into the body, Chloe Tan, what is the key cells that play a role in this whole process of vaccination? This whole concept of vaccination, what is the key cells that we are looking at? Yeah, the white blood cells. Okay, so again, last week, what did we talk about? Did we talk about vaccination? Okay, this is just a quick wrap up. We introduce the parts of the virus into the body, injected into the body, and then so once it's injected into the body, our white blood cell, basically the lymphocyte, our white blood cell will start to recognize this as foreign and produce antibodies. All these are my antibodies. Now the ones that I color in red, these are my antibodies. Start to produce antibodies to remove away all these virus. But the cool thing here is what we want is actually this white blood cell. What happened here is this white blood cell remains in the body. This white blood cell already remember the virus already. This white blood cell already remember that, hey, I have seen this virus before. I already learned the virus. I already know what antibodies to make when I see it again. Okay, so this is the idea behind it. So in fact, the white blood cell stays in the body and that is your immunity. So the cool thing here is when you really actually have the real infection by the real virus, the white blood cell immediately recognize it, produce antibodies immediately to target this virus and remove it, clear it from the body before you even know that you have an infection. You understand? Okay, so this is the whole idea of how vaccination works. Okay, so last week we did this. So vaccination is a prevention. It is not a treatment. It is not that, oh, I have COVID-19, then I go vaccination to treat myself. Wrong. Vaccination is to prepare your body for future infection. It is not a treatment that, oh, I have the disease, then I go and kill the virus by vaccination. No, that's wrong. Understand, people? Everyone? Okay? Right? Everybody, I want, this one I didn't go through last week, but can you all write this down? This one, everybody write. Okay, now, I just recall this, right? This year when my Sec 4 students went on to do O-levels, suddenly, end of the year, everybody start to forget about what they've learned. And then many students start telling me this, I asked, what is the pros of vaccination? What does vaccination do? Everybody start telling me, oh, vaccination will stop virus from entering the body. Is that true or not? Vaccination will prevent the virus from entering the body. Is it right or wrong? Guanzhen, what do you think? Vaccination will stop virus or bacteria from entering the body. Guanzhen, do you think this statement is right or wrong? Or how would you change the statement? So I don't want to hear this from any of you, since we've gone through these already. Okay, does vaccination stop the virus from entering the body? Thinking very hard, is it? What is that? Sorry, my Chinese very bad. What is that? Rainian. Is that Chinese or is that Korean? I don't know. Oh, 口罩. Correct. 口罩, right? The mask stops the virus from entering the body. You are correct. Yeah, the mask, but not vaccination. You know, even when you're vaccinated, this is vaccination, right? Over here is vaccination. Even when you're vaccinated, you see that virus can also still enter the body, what? Right, people? So virus can still enter the body. The purpose of vaccination is not to stop virus from entering the body. Virus still infect the body. It's just that your body can clear the virus very quickly. That is the beauty of vaccination. Understand? Guanzhen, you okay there? You understand or not? So it really, really, really goes down to how you write your answer. Please read. Okay. So vaccination does not stop anything from entering your body. Your body can still get infected with viruses and bacteria all the time. Okay. It's whether or not your white blood cell is trained, so-called quote and unquote, right? Your white blood cell is trained to recognize it immediately. Okay, can? So that's my vaccination. All right, people. So again, last week we talked about these. Okay, take a screenshot. Okay, after you recovered, okay, why you still get influenza infection? Yeah, because you have different strains, right? Like COVID-19, you have different strains. Or sometimes white blood cells antibodies may die, removed by the body. Virus mutate. Yes, yes, yes. So different strains, different strains and variants means mutation. Okay, can all right, now next question. Okay, now Lucas, then we talk about antibiotics, right? Lucas, what is antibiotics? Is antibiotics a prevention or a treatment? And what does it do? It's a treatment. And what does it do, Lucas? What does it treat? Treat what? Treat what infection? Virus or bacteria infection? Very nice, Maisel. Treat bacteria infection. Everybody, please bear this in mind. Aiden, nice. Okay, so antibiotics treat bacteria. Now, everybody, how it treats bacteria infection is your concept. All the points here are your concept of the differences between bacteria and viruses. Bacteria has cell wall, right? Just now I talk about the structure of bacteria. That's why antibiotics can destroy the cell wall of the bacteria. But antibiotics cannot destroy virus because virus got no cell wall. You see? So it's all your concept of the structural differences between bacteria and viruses. Antibiotics can destroy cell membrane. Virus don't have cell membrane. Of course, doesn't work for virus. Antibiotics can destroy the ribosome, stop protein synthesis. Viruses don't have ribosome, how to stop protein synthesis, right? Antibiotics can destroy, right, inhibit enzyme action in the cytoplasm. And virus also don't have a cytoplasm. How to destroy? Cannot, right? You see? So that's why antibiotics can only work for bacteria and not viruses. And your explanation is everything here. Because bacteria has these viruses, don't have. That's why it can work on bacteria and not on virus. Okay, later on we do the question. This is a recap. All right, so last week we stopped here, isn't it? All right. Okay, and I told all of you to go and do this. Okay, y'all may just want to write this down, our homework. So why antibiotics can kill bacteria but not viruses? Everything I talked about just now, actually. Okay, we are still doing recap. Okay, right. I'm going to go on to the new thing already. Okay, today I will finish up these notes. Okay, so why antibiotics can kill bacteria? Because antibiotics can stop the synthesis of cell wall in bacteria. Bacteria has cell wall, right? Virus don't have cell wall. Antibiotics can inhibit protein synthesis in ribosome. Virus don't have ribosome. That's why antibiotics can kill bacteria, not viruses. Okay, you all just write this down. Actually, you have another 2 points you all can write. I just choose 2 points to write. Okay, everyone, write this down first. Okay, and then today is the brand new thing. I'm going to talk about antibiotic resistance, everyone. Okay, I will give you a quick introduction of these. Okay, I probably can finish this in like 15 minutes and we can do worksheet already. Okay, you all write first. If you don't write fast enough, you can take a screenshot. You can write after, also can. Okay, you all okay there? Okay, let me get a drink first. You all right. Okay, everyone? Okay, everyone? Okay, can I scroll? Okay, I give you all 30 more seconds. Okay, everyone? Yeah? Okay, now, let us talk about antibiotic resistance, okay? First up, y'all may want to write this down first. Oh, sorry, Rainian haven't, Rainian haven't, Okay, Rainian, you write first. Rainian, you write. Okay, I based on Rainian's timing, can go up a bit. Oh, you haven't write all these, the rest. Okay, you just write. I based on Rainian's timing, okay? Rainian, you finish writing, let me know. Okay, everyone? Okay, can have. All right. So now this is the last thing. Okay. So we know that antibiotics work to kill bacteria. And how antibiotics kill bacteria is by targeting the cell wall so that bacteria cell bursts. Or targeting the cell membrane, same thing. So that bacteria, things go in and out of bacteria, cell die. Targeting the ribosome so that bacteria don't make proteins or target the enzyme action. You see? So it can target, antibiotics is a drug that can target all these parts of the bacteria. However, there can be instances where bacteria becomes resistant and we call it antibiotic resistance. People, right, don't take it literally. Some of you use this word, you all never revise, right? So you all literally say antibiotic resistant means the antibiotic is resistant. I mean, it is not right lah. Okay, so don't take it literally, okay? Antibiotic resistance is actually describing the bacteria, not the human as well, not the human body, not the animal body, but the bacteria being resistant to antibiotic. You all understand the term resistant, right? Okay, you understand the term resistant, right? Resistant means not affected anymore. Resistant, not affected. No effect. Correct. No effect. Okay? Resistant means no effect. So antibiotic, no effect on the bacteria. Okay, so antibiotic resistance means the bacteria can no longer be killed by antibiotics anymore. So we have to, of course, know all these are all our background knowledge, right? The antibiotics is a drug that kills bacteria. So when resistant means bacteria cannot be killed anymore by antibiotics. Okay, and how come can like that? Can. Because we all need to know this. Bacteria mutate very fast as well. Mutation, right? Just now a few of you tell me mutation. Bacteria mutate very fast. So what happens is sometimes when they mutate, they will mutate such that they have this resistance gene. That means they simply once they have this gene means they will not be affected by antibiotics. Okay, so let me show you what happened. Right, so when there are, sometimes, okay, so there are, this group of bacteria, right? This group of bacteria, can you see the first picture, the orange one, the first picture? Okay, so you can see that there's this group of bacteria, okay, normal bacteria, and there's one that is blue color one. Okay, so basically all the orange one are the normal bacteria. Okay, the normal bacterium are the ones that are sensitive to antibiotics. So you see the bottom, they are sensitive to antibiotics, means they can be killed by antibiotics. Okay, sensitive means they can be killed by the antibiotics. Okay, they can be killed. These are sensitive. Okay, so however, like I said, some bacteria may mutate. And when they mutate, there are some that become resistant. So what happened? When they are resistant means they are less sensitive now. So when they are resistant means they won't be killed. And when they're resistant, they won't be killed. They will survive. And this is the bad thing here. Because when they survive, all the other bacteria got killed already, right? They survive. This one survive. The thing here is, this one bacteria that survive can grow and multiply very quickly. So it will grow and grow and grow, multiply and multiply and multiply with the resistant gene. That means they are now resistant to the drug. All of them are the same. They are all now resistant to the same antibiotics. Okay? Now, can I ask you all a question? Just your own personal take, okay? Personal thoughts here, right? Maybe I ask Adele that. Adele, what do you think? Then, once these bacteria become resistant, how do I then solve the problem? How do I then kill the bacteria? Yeah, Hayden. It's actually a very simple question. How do I then, don't think too hard, okay? Don't think too hard. How do I then kill the bacteria? I mean, fine, my white blood cell can kill it, okay? But sometimes it takes too long already. Okay, our body can succumb to bacterial infection very quickly one. Okay. So no acid, no white blood cell, like that. Sometimes, like I said, right, our body cannot remove bacteria as quickly as we think they can. Okay, I mean, our body, antibiotics still work wonders. Antibiotic can still immediately target the bacteria if I eat vegetables, right? So if I have resistant bacteria, then how else can I kill it? This antibiotic cannot work to kill this bacteria already, then how? Adele, don't think too hard into it. No white blood cell. Just now, Iranian also said white blood cell. No, right? White blood cell works, yes, but it may not be just as fast. Okay, actually, the answer is very simple. Another No lah, not red blood cell lah, Rainian. Red blood cell transport oxygen. Okay, just another antibiotics, oh. Yeah, correct. Just use a stronger antibiotics. That's all. Okay, right? So if I have a resistant bacteria, what I do is use a stronger antibiotic. That's all. Okay, but the thing here is, if I keep getting resistant bacteria, right? One day, the bacteria will mutate until there is no more antibiotics to kill this bacteria. This is when our body will start to succumb to bacterial infection and die. This is when people will start to die quickly because we have no more drugs. In a way, I mean, septic shock happens in a lot of situations. But what I meant here is, right, if the bacteria continue to mutate and to become resistant to every new drug that we eat, right, what will happen is eventually it will come to a point where the bacteria becomes so strong, we call it superbugs. The bacteria becomes so strong that there is no other invented antibiotics or drug that can kill these bacteria. Okay, and in fact, this is what the hospitals are very, very scared of. We are very scared of having superbugs, right? Bugs meaning bacteria that are so strong, resistant to almost all the antibiotics in the market, and you have no more new antibiotics to kill this new bacteria. Yeah, so that is the danger of antibiotic resistance. Okay, but anyway, it comes like that, right? So what happened is the bacteria may mutate, become resistant to the drug, and grow and grow and grow, and sometimes even pass on the resistance gene to other type of bacteria. Other type of bacteria become resistant as well. Okay, so it is very scary, yeah. Okay, and when will this happen? Okay, this will happen when, okay, many times, when, example one, you don't finish your course of antibiotics. Very dangerous. When you don't finish your course of antibiotics that your doctor prescribed you, there is a chance that you can cause antibiotic resistance in the existing bacteria in your body. Okay? Or two, right, misusing of antibiotics. That means you don't have bacterial infection, but you go and eat antibiotics. You have viral infection, but you go and eat antibiotics. It's actually no use, but it can cause antibiotic resistance. Okay, so the key thing here is, everyone, you may want to write this down. Always remember to complete the full course of antibiotics. Make sure that the antibiotics can be used to kill almost, right, all the bad bacteria in the body. Okay, right? No misusing or overusing of antibiotics. That means cannot all the time prescribe antibiotics. We cannot do that. Okay, and antibiotics can only be used when necessary. Yeah, Rainian. So if you never eat antibiotics, they won't get resistant to it. Yes. But the thing here is, Rainian, antibiotics is the best way, right, to kill bacteria effectively and quickly. Why would you want to risk your life by not eating antibiotics? Like example, if a person has pneumococcal disease, lung infection, okay, and the only way to save the person's life is to give antibiotics, so the antibiotics can kill the bacteria. I mean, of course, we want to do it, right? Right. So why would you want? Yeah, because the person is dying of bacterial infection already. Why would you want to stop antibiotic from being introduced into the person's body? This will happen. Resistance will happen if we misuse antibiotics. Okay, if we misuse it, right? But of course, in typical usual situation, all our doctors, our lab researchers, they are all very well aware, okay, how much dosage to use, right, to reduce the risk of resistance. Okay, so anyway, don't need to worry, all right, Rainian, don't need to worry. Antibiotics is still helpful for us. It helps to solve our problem very quickly. Okay, I'm not asking you not to eat antibiotics. It's good to solve our problems, our bacterial infection. Okay, but always follow instructions, meaning always complete the full course of antibiotics. When your doctor gives you antibiotics, you jolly well finish it. Okay, even when you are not sick anymore, but still got a few more tablets left, you still have to finish it. Okay, everyone? Okay, everybody? So please, yeah? So this is antibiotic resistance, okay? I show all of you a video to further elaborate on this point, okay? So everybody, please know antibiotic resistance refers to the bacteria being resistant to antibiotics, not human body, okay? Right? And then bacteria can no more be killed by antibiotics. Everybody write. Everybody write first. Finish writing. I let y'all watch two videos. One on antibiotic resistance and one on superbugs. Okay. Done, yeah. Okay, everyone. Done, yeah? Done, yeah? Okay. Nobody say you're still writing. Okay, let me show all of you what happened here. Okay, so watch this carefully. It's exactly what we've said just now. Superbug.
Did you know antibiotic resistance
Let me know
is one of the biggest threats to global health, food security, and development? You have probably heard of antibiotic resistance before, but most people don't realize that it's actually the bacteria that become resistant to the antibiotics, not humans or animals. But what is antibiotic resistance, and why is it so dangerous? First, we need to know what antibiotics are, so you may want to watch this video first. Antibiotics are a type of medicine that are used to treat and prevent bacterial infections by inhibiting certain metabolic or chemical processes which occur inside the bacteria. They only work on bacterial infections and are very important for public health. Antibiotic resistance happens when antibiotics cannot interrupt the bacteria's life cycle successfully anymore.
You see the video, right? The resistant bacteria, right? The antibiotic can no more kill it.
And so bacterial infections become harder and harder to treat. When you take a dose of antibiotics, there will be some bacteria in the population that remain unaffected by the treatment because of their genes. These bacteria are said to be resistant. The antibiotics cannot kill them. These resistant bacteria then reproduce, passing their resistance onto their offspring. Whole new populations of bacteria are created that are unaffected by antibiotics, meaning there are bacterial infections and diseases which cannot be treated by antibiotics. This is where the problem lies. It becomes very difficult to treat infections caused by antibiotic-resistant bacteria.
So you see what happened just now? Just a very short. You see, you have some bacteria and the resistant bacteria, right? So if you already have some resistant bacteria already, when you introduce antibiotics, antibiotics can only kill the sensitive ones. The resistant one cannot get killed. And so what happened? They just multiply and multiply.
Very difficult to treat infections caused by antibiotic-resistant bacteria. Alternative treatments are often less effective and more expensive. So who is being affected by this antibiotic-resistant bacteria? It's a global threat. It affects anyone of any age in any country. Without urgent action, the world could be headed for a post-antibiotic era, which common infections and minor injuries which have been treatable for decades can once again kill. And the amazing benefits of advanced modern medical treatments, such as chemotherapy and major surgery, will be lost. In some aspects, we'll be rewinding medicine by 100 years. So why has this happened, and why is it spreading? Resistant bacteria would naturally evolve anyway. Survival of the fittest means the resistant bacteria survive and reproduce. but the spread has been sped up by our misuse of antibiotics. The current global antibiotic resistance crisis is the result of 6 factors. Have a look at these 6 factors. Number 1. If antibiotics are wrongly prescribed for viral infections or for weak infections that the individual could naturally fight off without medication, bacteria are then being exposed unnecessarily to antibiotics, and so the dreaded resistance ones evolve and breed. Number 2.
Sorry, let me come back to this. You see that? Right? So the thing here is, this person has viral infection. Can you see the light blue ones are viruses, right? This person actually has viral infection. Okay, maybe a few bacteria, but maybe not causing any problem to the body. But the main thing is this person has viral infection. So when the person has viral infection, there's no need to give antibiotics. But if this person is wrongly given, okay, and given antibiotics, what happened? Antibiotics will have no use to the virus anyway. It will not remove virus from the body anyway, but it will cause the existing bacteria, right, or give chance to the existing bacteria, right, for them to become resistant to the antibiotics. You see that?
Unnecessarily to antibiotics, and so the dreaded resistance ones evolve and breed. Number 2. Don't expect antibiotics to help you if you have a cold or the flu. They are viral. Even if you feel better, you must finish your full course. The full course kills off as many bacteria as possible. Number 3. Antibiotics aren't just in humans. Since 2000...
Okay, I come back to this point again, right? So anyway, why do you need to finish your full course of antibiotics, right? Even if your body seems like you have cleared all the bacteria already, finishing the full course of antibiotics will make sure that the antibiotics taken in can fully kill off as many possible bacteria as possible, so that you don't leave behind bacteria that give it chance to become resistant to antibiotics. You understand, people? Right? So antibiotics is there, right, to try to kill off as many, bacteria as possible, such that none is left behind, okay, to give it chance to become mutated, to become resistant.
As many bacteria as possible. Number 3. Antibiotics aren't just in humans. Since 2006, the EU has banned antibiotics use to promote growth or prevent infections in healthy animals. Some other countries have also followed suit, but many more haven't yet. They need to. But all is not lost. Together, we can reduce the impact of the spreading antibiotic resistance. We need to all understand and appreciate that antibiotics are a precious resource that cannot be taken for granted. By changing how we produce, prescribe, and use antibiotics, we can limit the spread of antibiotic resistance. Everyone can play a part. Complete your full course and don't think antibiotics will cure everything. Careful prescription and educate your patients. Keep searching for new antibiotics and other alternatives. Regulate the use and educate the public. Only use antibiotics on sick animals with a vet's prescription. So that is why people are concerned about antibiotic resistance. It makes the treatment of some diseases much more difficult, but we can all do our part and slow the spread.
If you like the video,
okay, so this teaches you about antibiotics, right? Why we need to finish up the whole course, etc. Okay, so we watched this one. I haven't watched this yet. I don't know how good this video is, right? But it seemed quite fun actually. The one on superbugs. Hold on now. Just now
Our upon
sorry. What was it? The superbug. Not here, never mind. Okay, hold on. Let me go to my history. This one. Okay, we watch this a bit.
Breakfast
Okay, hold on. Let's see this.
cuts. But what if it just took one? That's silly, right? I mean, even if this did get infected.
Hey, sorry, we start.
In his book, Microcosm, Carl Zimmer says, ow. There's an old saying about death by 1,000 paper cuts. But what if it just took one? That's silly, right? I mean, even if this did get infected, we've got antibiotics to clean us up, as easy as aspirin. But that all might be about to change. New types of antibiotic-resistant bacteria are starting to take over, some able to beat every drug we throw at them. We may be entering the post-antibiotic era, where something like this could be the end of me. All thanks to superbugs. Newsflash, everything's covered in bacteria. That, definitely that. Oh yeah, they're all over that. In fact, even you are full of bacteria. You might as well be a sentient sac whose main job is to carry around 100 trillion or so microbes. But hey, at least you've got purpose. Now, usually they aren't anything to worry about because most bacteria aren't dangerous. Heck, some are even our friends. Thanks for helping me digest breakfast, guys. But sometimes we do meet the bad guys in the form of bacterial infections. But hey, no problem. We've got antibiotics, a few pills, and you're back to normal. Right as rain, shipshape. Unfortunately, that might soon be a thing of the past. We've got armies of superbugs laughing their tiny bacterial laughs in the face of every drug we throw at them. How did this happen? To understand that, we need to look at where antibiotics came from. There's probably more bacterial mass on Earth than every other living thing combined. In one spoonful of soil, there might be more than 1 billion microbes, more than 10,000 different species. And not just bacteria, but also microscopic fungi, some cooperating, others locked in chemical warfare. It's that chemical warfare that allowed Alexander Fleming to discover the very first antibiotic, by accident. While cleaning off his lab bench, he saw a petri dish had become contaminated with mold, and on it, all the bacteria had died, as if the mold was secreting poison. That fungus was a strain of penicillium, and the antibiotic that we isolated from it, penicillin. Early on, doctors couldn't purify enough of it to actually use it in humans. One of the first patients to receive penicillin was a British policeman who developed a deadly infection after being scratched by a rose bush in his garden. He had to have that penicillin filtered out of his urine to get the next dose. That's how valuable it was. He ended up dying anyway, but the age of antibiotics had begun. Since then, these drugs have saved millions of lives, maybe even yours. Thanks to them, we can treat pretty much every disease that used to kill you in Oregon Trail. But now that's changed. Each year, nearly 2 million people in the US become infected with bacteria resistant to at least one antibiotic, and 23,000 of those people die. Antibiotic-resistant bacteria are here. Well, not here, I hope. So how does resistance work? Well, sometimes random mutations result in anti-antibiotic superpowers, but bacteria are also able to swap genes the way we swap baseball cards, thanks to a process called gene transfer, either sweeping up antibiotic resistance in the genetic remains of dead bacteria or exchanging it during a sort of bacterial makeout session we call conjugation. Bacteria like Staphylococcus have gained the ability to rebuild their cell wall faster than one antibiotic breaks it down. Other bacteria have learned how to make pumps that flush antibiotics out of the cell before they do their job. Even in 1945, Fleming himself had already seen bacteria become resistant to penicillin. I don't know, maybe we should have seen this coming? Antibiotics we do have today come mainly from the...
Okay, let me explain a little bit. So basically, antibiotic resistance means, right, some of the bacteria, okay, become smarter, okay, meaning they have certain mutation in their genes, okay. The bacteria has DNA, right? So they have certain mutations, right, that help them to not get affected by antibiotics.
The environment. We've adopted the natural weapons that microbes use to wage war on each other. But that also means they've had billions of years to develop resistance. It seems like wherever nature has developed an antibiotic, it's also developed a way to fight it. Resistance seems like an inevitable result of evolution. Of course, we are doing our part to help the superbugs succeed. Every year, hundreds of thousands of people are prescribed antibiotics for viral infections.
Y'all hear that, right? So people with viral infections are prescribed with antibiotics. So y'all hear.
Antibiotics do not kill viruses. Let me just repeat that. Antibiotics do not kill viruses. And every time you don't finish your full prescription, you run the risk of leaving super strong stragglers behind. Special antibacterial soaps? No. Soap is antibacterial by definition. I promise. those special additives do nothing to make us safer and probably make the bugs stronger. So, what can we do? With bacteria figuring out how to beat antibiotics within years of their release, most drug companies aren't super motivated to invest the billions it takes to develop new ones. In 2004, there were only 5 antibiotics in development. But hope is not lost. Besides not getting infected in the first place, we need to research new ways to fight bad bacteria. Using materials that are naturally antimicrobial, or phage therapy, which uses viruses that infect bacteria to fight infections. We might even be able to use good bacteria to fight the bad, like fecal transplants to fight Clostridium difficile infections in the digestive system. Yep, fecal transplants. Who would have thought poop could be used as medicine? We also have to look at where our food comes from. Factory farms use 80% of all antibiotics, where they can contaminate the environment and drive the evolution of superbugs. And stop prescribing them for viral infections. It's a cold, people. We're playing a game of co-evolution, an arms race with our health at stake. Drugs and bacteria are like cheetahs and gazelles. The cheetah gets faster, and the gazelles have to speed up to survive. Except, I think maybe we're the gazelles, and I'm not sure how much faster we can run. I mean, did we learn nothing from Jurassic Park?
Life, finds a way.
Let's face it, bacteria were here first. They've got like a 3 billion year head start on this whole life thing. So it's not surprising that they've worked out some pretty good survival skills. In the past 100 years, next to clean water and vaccinations, it's likely that nothing has saved more lives than antibiotics. But we've got some work to do to avoid a future where paper cuts and sore throats are deadly. But hey, we're pretty good at surviving too. Stay curious and go wash your hands.
Okay, but anyway, right, it's quite cute. The video is quite nice. Anyway, right, yeah, so that is my super bug. Okay, so anyway, you don't need to know all the content, okay, in that video, right? It's just really for you to understand that bacteria, right, they are constantly evolving, they are constantly mutating, okay, and sometimes this mutation is not good, right, because, right, they can become antibiotic resistant. And once they reach a point where no other drugs can kill the bacteria, this is when our body will succumb to the infection and we will die. Okay, so just take note of all the key points how to prevent, right, antibiotic resistance. Okay, everyone? Alrighty, come, everybody. We do some questions first, okay? I'm not sure if we have enough time to complete everything. Okay, if we don't, right, we will just spend if we don't have time to finish up, okay, next lesson when I see you again, we will complete the rest. I didn't have time to finish up the worksheet anyway just now with the other class. So anyway, it doesn't matter. Okay, I will do as much as possible today. Yeah? Okay, everyone? Let's get down to this. Okay, everybody take out your worksheet first. Sorry, I delete some answers first. Okay, y'all take out the worksheet first. Everybody have it in front of you all. Okay, come. I'm going to share my screen. Everybody got the worksheet, yeah? Okay, come. Now, right, I did this with the class just now, but I won't show you all the answer, okay? We will work through it one at a time, okay? Now, anyway, first question, right? The diagram below shows presence of different structures in bacteria and viruses. Which option shows you where bacteria is placed? Okay, I think all these questions are quite simple, but they are all taken from prelim papers this year. Okay, so they are all from prelim papers, yeah? Okay, so we just practice all the questions, yeah? Okay, anyway, come everyone. So first question, okay, I start with, can I start with Zoe? Zoe, from you first? Okay, I start from bottom up now. Zoe, your answer, please. How to read these? Amrita, yes, you are right. How to read these? This is your Venn diagram. Have you learned Venn diagram? Okay, say example, example, Rainian. How to read this? Example, if it's B, okay, example, this is not the answer, okay? If it's B, it means that it contains ribosome and genetic material. You see, it's like overlap, these two circles overlap. Can you see, Rainian? You understand? If it's C, means it only contains genetic material. Very nice, Zoe. Nice, nice, nice. Okay. So anyway, everyone, I hope you all think about the answer. The answer here is Adele. Very nice. The answer here is A. Okay. So bacteria, right, contains ribosome, cell wall, genetic material. Anyway, by the way, if you don't know what is genetic material means your DNA. These are genetic material. Okay. So I did a recap with the previous class just now, right? Bacteria has all these things. Just a recap. Whatever that I type at the side is the recap. Okay, so yes, A is the answer. Very good. Okay, bacterial cells has all these, so please take note. Okay, we make a comparison with viruses. Yuan Le, what is your answer for question 2? Question 2 is similar question, just that which option shows you where viruses will be placed. Virus, this is question 2. Yuan Le, what's your answer? Where virus will be placed? Nice, Adele. Yuan Le. Where do I place virus? So think what does a virus have? Virus, Yuan Le. Virus. Do they have, Aiden, I mark yours what? Do you write that? Do they have nothing? Okay, Aiden said nothing. Rainian said nothing. Yuan Le says everything. Correct, Yuan Le, virus, Virus, Lucas, that's right. Virus, where got ribosome? Viruses, Yuan Le. Viruses, only bacteria has ribosome, cell wall, cell membrane, like a living cell. Remember, I told you, virus has what? Nothing. Virus only has protein code and DNA. You see? So, Yuan Le, you want to rethink your answer? Aiden, that's right. Lucas, that's right. Amrita, that's right. It has DNA, darling. It has DNA. Just don't have cell wall, cell membrane, and ribosomes. Yeah, correct. So this one tricky. Some students, right? Yeah, immediately will say D opposite one. No, okay. Virus also have DNA one. Okay, so Rainian, that's right. Rainian, you understand? Okay, yes, good people. Easy, huh? Okay, we continue. Actually, all the MCQ questions are quite easy. Even the open-ended questions are quite easy if you understood the differences. Okay. Now, infectious, non-infectious diseases. I very fast. Zania, come. Zania, which one is infectious? Which one is non-infectious? So we do a quick recap. Yes, Rainian, good. Infectious means can pass down, right? Can pass, right? Chloe Lim, nice. Non-infectious means cannot pass, right? Zania, nice. Okay, so through droplets and all, right? Very good, very good. Okay, so answer here, B. Nice. Kowita, nice. Amrita, yes. Maisel, correct. Very easy, huh? Okay, come, we do next one. Which one is found in the bacteria and the virus? Okay, the different characteristics, yeah? Okay, I ask Jadine, come, Jadine. Rainian, yep. Amrita, yep. Adele, yep. Chloe Tan, yep. Come, Jadine. Which one is found in bacteria and a virus? That means the correct characteristic. Chloe Tan, yep. Who was that? Jadine, very nice. Okay, so yeah. So bacteria has ribosome, virus don't have. We know this difference, okay? Go, Maisel, go. Okay, very straightforward, yeah? Now, next one, question 5. Okay, now, how do we tell the spread and control of pneumococcal? Okay, everybody, this is in your syllabus. You need to know that pneumococcal is a bacteria. Okay, we need to know that. This is something you need to know. Yeah, it's in your syllabus. Okay, so Lucas, can I have Yeah, we need to know. Rainian, you just need to know. Okay, so it's like a learned concept that you need to know pneumococcal is bacteria, influenza is virus. These are the two specific names in your syllabus that the teachers expect you all to know. Okay, so just need to know. So now you know. Lucas, very nice. Okay, so we know pneumococcal is bacteria, droplets, and controlled by antibiotics. Yeah, bacteria can be killed by antibiotics, right? So straightforward, yeah? Good, good, good. Adele, yes, that's right. Okay, so next one, Arita, yeah, good. Next one, right? Guanjun, question 6. Right, again, true about differences. So if they give you pneumococcal and influenza, same thing. You need to know already that pneumococcal is bacteria, virus, influenza is a virus. Okay, so Guanjun. Nice, Amrita. Adele, nice. Rainian, just now your C is for previous question, huh? Rainian, correct. Chloe Tan, yep. Come, Guanjun, what is your answer for this? So again, you notice, right, all the questions, I actually lifted the question from this year's prelim. So you notice all the questions are actually very similar. Okay, it's just testing you your knowledge, right, of bacteria, viruses, okay, how we control them, vaccination, antibiotics, all these we need to know, yeah? Okay, so I think most of you got it, yeah? Hanjun, you got it? Bacteria, pneumococcal is bacteria, so cell membrane is present. Virus, influenza, no cell membrane. Right? The other options are all wrong. Okay, so you go and read, other options are all wrong. Yeah. This should be swapped around. These two options is swap around. Okay, this one also swap around. Okay, this one also swap around. Yeah. Okay, so answer is D. Good. Next one. Nice, Rainian. Aiden. Aiden written on the one. Chloe Lim. Oh, Caden. Caden. Right. We have bacteria Bacillus cereus. Right. So he was prescribed with antibiotics. They already tell you it's a bacteria, so you all don't need to guess. Okay. Right. So except for pneumococcal and influenza, again, I need to remind you all. You need to know they are. One is bacteria, one is virus. All the other names, they will usually tell you whether it's bacteria or virus or not. Okay? Can? So yes, very nice, Kaden. Yes, everyone, Adele, correct. Good, good, good. Okay, so basically, resistance. Okay, so last one. Right, David recently received vaccination for COVID-19. Okay, which one? Describe how vaccine works. Okay, I'm going to close that part. Okay, how vaccine works. How vaccine works, Zenia? Back to you, Zenia. How does vaccine works? Rainian? Nice. How does vaccine works? Zenia? Nice, right? Vaccine, right, basically is introduction of the virus or the bacteria, the dead version, so that your body will first be stimulated. The white blood cell is stimulated to recognize it first. And then the white blood cell stays in the body for future infection. Yeah, so D is the answer. Amrita, Adele, yes, good. Understand, everyone? So you notice the questions are all quite similar, right? Okay, and I got all these questions from school exam papers. Okay, so similar. Everyone, right? Draw and label. We continue. We move on now. Section B, I try to finish as many questions as possible before we go for our holiday and our break. Okay, now everyone, draw and label a typical bacterial cell. Okay, so the bacterial cell, it has all these different structures, everyone, all these different structures. So please take note, right? We've gone through this before. So it has cell wall, cell membrane, DNA, it has plasmid. Okay, for those new students like Chloe Lim, Jadine, and Zoe, where you have missed a couple of lessons, right? Just to go through some parts, a bacterial cell, it has flagella. Right, flagella is usually for movement. The bacteria can move to go and like find food. Okay, it's for movement. Okay. Plasmid is a circular genetic material. So bacteria has two genetic material. One is the DNA, one is the plasmid. Okay, so basically plasmid is like a circular genetic material. We all will talk about plasmid very soon. When we learn about molecular genetics, we will talk about plasmid very, very soon. You'll see this word plasmid again. Okay? Yeah, so that is it. All right, so just take note, go and draw, everyone, go and draw. Make sure you got this. Okay, once done, part B is something you all need to think a little. Okay, but it's not very difficult if you can find a way to describe it. Okay, now, part B. You all draw finish already? Can I give you all 30 more seconds, then we discuss part B. Can, Rainian. I wait. I try to finish at least one question, okay? Or two questions. Don't need lah, just DNA is okay. Labeling is fine. Labeling is fine. DNA is okay. Yeah. Rainian, you finish drawing? Okay. Now, I don't know who can do this. Part B, everybody, go and think about it, okay? This is a pure question. Some antibiotics disrupt cell membrane. Some disrupt bacterial cell wall. I mean, this one we know, background knowledge, right? Some disrupt the cell membrane, some disrupt the cell wall. Now, suggests why antibiotics that disrupt bacterial cell membrane can cause more side effects in humans as compared to antibiotics that disrupt cell wall. Anyone can think about the answer here. Right, so you have to think, so if I ingest antibiotics that disrupt the cell membrane, why does it cause harm to the humans or side effects to humans as compared to the cell wall? I give you a clue. Very nice, Rainian. Okay, of course, you need to write it down in proper words lah. Okay, right. Think about it. You are comparing it with human. Think of human cells. Think along the line of human cells. Why the drug that disrupt the cell membrane in bacteria can also cause some harm to human when ingested. But the one that disrupts cell wall may not cause that much harm. Very nice, Amrita. Anybody else? Want to try? What about humans, Adele? What about humans? Yes, Maisel. Adele, yeah, I think you are getting there. I think if you are in the correct direction. What about humans? You need to think about humans. Make comparison to humans. Right? Because it says, right, it causes more side effects to humans. Anybody else? Think. Chloe Lin? Any idea? You are a human, so? Aiden, you want to think again or not about this? I think you misread the question, Aiden, when I was marking your work. I think you didn't read carefully. Why? So human cells also has what structure that the antibiotics target? You think? Human cells also got cellular structure. I mean, based on this question, what cellular structure? Cell membrane, yes. Human cells also has cell membrane. Actually have. Aiden actually have, okay? But I mean, based on just on this question, okay, just based on this question, right? Basically, human cells have cell membrane. If the antibiotics disrupt the bacterial cell membrane, it may also disrupt the human cell membrane. causing side effects. You all don't need to care too much what side effects. Okay, no need to go into this detail, right? But you need to know that human cells also got cell membrane. And of course, human cells have no cell wall. So the drug that target the cell wall, bacterial cell wall, is only targeted on the bacterial cell wall. Human cells also no cell wall. It won't be affected at all. Understand, people? Chloe Lim, you understand how we look at this? Okay, so human cells have cell membrane, no cell wall. Yeah? So what happened here? Antibiotics that disrupt the bacterial cell membrane may, I use, you notice I use the word may, right? Because like what Aiden said, right? Can we also have antibiotics that is friendlier on human membrane? Actually have lah. Okay, but the thing here is, okay, antibiotics that disrupt bacterial cell membrane may also disrupt human cell membrane. Okay, and then, right, antibiotics disrupt bacterial cell membrane, cell wall will have no effects on human cells, simply because we don't have cell wall. You see that, people? Okay, so get used to it, yeah? Okay, how we think in this manner, okay? Can so sometimes, okay, now, as you all are writing the answer, okay, I know bio questions can sometimes be very, very difficult. Okay, but many times they already will give you clues here and there. Okay, I give you an example, right? Of course, the question is about cell membrane, right? The question is about bacterial cell membrane. You see that? Okay, cannot. Oh yeah, never mind, forget it. Okay, the question is about bacterial cell membrane. Right. So it says it causes more side effects in humans. So then, right, the key is then you start to think about humans. Right. So link it to humans, lor. Okay, if sometimes if this at one glance it looks very confusing, okay, never mind. Right. You just try to gather information here and there. Okay, so you know bacterial cell membrane, and then you know humans, so think about human cells. Okay, and then of course make comparison. Bacteria got cell membrane, human cells also got cell membrane. If antibiotics can disrupt bacterial cell membrane, it may also disrupt human cell membrane. So you see that? Okay, everyone? Okay, write it down. Okay, next week, I don't think we have enough time, but next week we will complete the whole worksheet. We do one more question, part C first. Okay, before we call it a day. Can? Okay, I will just move on first. If you're writing, you just continue writing, okay? Or take screenshot also can. You can write it later, as long as you understand. Okay, now, part C. Okay, people, again, can you all take out a highlighter? Okay, some of you are not reading your question enough, okay? The question here says, state one other way antibiotics act on the bacterial cell. That means you don't tell me cell membrane and cell wall anymore. Because the question already says cell membrane and the question already says cell wall. So you don't talk about these two anymore. Okay? So you need to state one other way and you need to explain how it destroys the cell. Very simple. Can, Adele, that's fine. So state and explain. So Adele, you probably have only stated. You didn't explain. Okay, so state one other way. State is what? Tell me, state is usually a very short sentence. Oh, the one other way, Adele said, inhibit protein synthesis. Okay, fine. That is my state. One other way, inhibit protein synthesis in the bacteria. Right? How would you explain, Adele? Exactly, that's my explanation. So my explanation is when it inhibits the protein synthesis, my explanation is the other mark. Explanation would be when the cell don't undergo protein synthesis, the cell cannot grow and hence it will die. That's all. Right? So that's my explanation how it destroys the cell. You see? So 2 marks, yeah, people. Please look very carefully. How? Everyone. Okay, so I go, I move on. Okay, I scroll a little bit. Okay, so you'll get the full question here. Okay. So my state would be target or inhibit also can. Okay, doesn't matter. Inhibit the protein synthesis. Explanation, when protein is not synthesized, it will stop the growth of bacteria. 1 mark each. People, 1 mark and then 1 mark. Be careful, huh? Okay. Everyone, okay? Can. Now you have the rest of the questions. Everything can go and try. Okay, you notice that most of the other questions are on vaccination, antibiotics. Okay, should be pretty okay. Okay, we'll come back to class. Everyone remember, yeah? Next week, no lesson because it's Christmas. You probably won't want to have lesson. Okay, and the following week is New Year. So just nice, no lesson as well. Okay, everybody, I type it out first. You all take note. 20th, 25th December, 1st January, no lesson. Okay, I will see you back on the 8th of January. Class resumes. Can? Okay, how come I only send to Maisel? Come, everyone. Everyone over here. Okay, take note of the time frame. I mean, take note of the lessons. Okay. The coming 2 lessons, don't worry about it. Next year, when I see you, I will have a lot of chance to see you for extra lessons for makeup. Okay, next year we will have a lot of ad hoc lessons, and I will just use those lessons for makeup. Okay, can. So I will have a lot of ad hoc lessons for practical for revision and so on. Okay, so that will be used for your makeup sessions. Can do, everyone? Okay, once you are done, you can go, right? Finish up. I will find everybody can do one. Usually, I'll do it during the holidays. Radiant, usually I'll do it during the holidays, like morning, and there will be more than like 2. Okay, there will be more than 2, so a lot. Don't worry. Okay, so yeah. Anyway, everyone, right? Do everything. Can go ahead, Aiden. Go and ask me via WhatsApp. Okay, right? Finish up everything if you can. Finish up everything and send it in for marking, yeah? Okay, so next week we will next week. Next week we will continue. Can everybody have a good holidays, right? Merry Christmas to all of you and Happy New Year to all of you. Yeah. Okay, and happy first day of school in advance. Okay. Can. All right, everybody go. No Christmas, Can I have Christmas, okay? Enjoy yourself, yeah? Collect lots of presents. Bye, Chloe. Bye. Yes. But never mind, Maisel. Just enjoy yourself first. Don't think too hard. Okay, Aiden. Bye, Aiden. Bye. Bye, everyone. Okay, I talked to Zoe very quickly, yeah. Adele, I see you this Friday, yeah. Okay, morning.
8:15, right?
Morning.
Okay, can.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Yes, bye-bye.
Merry Christmas, Happy
Oh,
New
Merry Christmas. Bye, Rainian. Bye, Rainian. Okay, right, Jadine, not Jadine, Zoe, just very quickly, yeah. Zoe, I just want to know very fast, right? Okay. Oh. Sorry, I hang. Yeah, my laptop was a bit hang just now. Okay, anyway, right? Zoe, you're there, huh? Okay. Zoe, just very quickly, okay. I just want to know a little bit, since you haven't done your EOY, right? Generally, how do you do throughout the year for bio?